This is dictation at 180 words a minute. The receptionist accommodated Linda. The clerk accommodates each customer. Are the contracts ready to be signed? Mr. Jones defends cases for the insurance company. He defended his position. His lawyer has defended similar cases. I do believe, however, that we need to get more farmers into the land allotment program. There are certainly farmers in my own state who would like to gain full access to the present program. I see no point in objecting to it now. What is your objective in the case? You need to have the certificates with you. We went out to dinner at the Carter's favorite restaurant. The board's action was not justified. The celebrity frequents this store. I am a member of 3 associations. The outlying area has heavy industry. From there, we walked out en masse to Alan Henry's office and told Alan everything was great. Well, we left from there and then we went to Fred's office, at which point Charles made a phone call to Matt and told him what had taken place. Actually, it amounts to about 2.5 shifts, 6 days a week, in order to operate this business that they have. Several items were missing. Securing more acid will be difficult. The new club is for skiing enthusiasts. They called in an efficiency expert. Miss Garrett told me she was going to work with Miss Jones and Miss Carter over the weekend, and I told her that it appeared Miss Conrad probably would not be called to the stand until Thursday. Denny swatted the fly with the swatter. We went to Spain in the springtime. He sprained a muscle when he swam. Did you certify that that is right? She is very accommodating. Keep a copy of the certification. I assume she filled out all the paperwork. I think it happened on a Tuesday, so it was like 3 days or 2 days after the accident before I got out there. We froze the frog legs in the freezer. The frost seemed to turn to flakes. The original of the scene will be too long. There would be repetition of action. The editing staff will sit down and watch the film. There are 5 laboratories in that building. The new equipment is in the laboratory. Be there for dinner between 6:30 and 7:30. Cocktails will be served at 5:45. When is she committing herself to the project? Serving on 3 committees at the same time is too much. The commission is dealing with the commerce, has a meeting today. The frayed cord gave me an electric shock. Have you used an electronic typewriter? Do you have the energy to paint the house? They sang while the ship sank. I took out a subscription. The manager was happy to help. Can you describe the thief? Will you subscribe? The material is extremely resistant to chemical attack. I know that one such proposal that is in the form of a compromise has been developed by a group of farmers in the rice-growing states, and it is thought to combine the best aspects of the bill and the old program. I do not believe for a minute that this body, if it were fully aware of the plight of the farmers today, would proceed to take apart the only form of protection that they have and cast it to the winds. The scores on the tests were above average. This will be the qualifying race. Her efforts paid off with a raise. I think that no direct conclusion could be drawn from the standpoint of overheating. The glassware gleamed in the light. She was too glib about being a glutton. We worked in conjunction with the contractor. There's going to be a problem if they're going to be late. There are 4 exhibits in the case. Gambling in that locality is all right. This is an independent organization. Dirty or scaly metal is sometimes sandblasted, which is considerably more expensive operation than the pickling process I have just described. Be careful or the door will warp. Put the worm on the hook for me. A witness may look to the experience of having to testify as a duty of being a good citizen. The side that brings the lawsuit has the burden of proof. Close the drapes to save energy. I would like to qualify my last statement. He always qualifies what he says. She designs equipment. To answer your question, the ladder jacks that we rented are regular scaffolding jacks. We had to scrape off the existing slag roofing rocks. We applied 3 layers of 40-pound roofing felt and nailed the first layer over the old roofing.